who make their living off the slander, like Rebecca Schroeder. They make their living drama and charging you because you want to hear the drama. You want to hear the latest scoop. None of you bother looking at the evidence. You want to hear people who are not a part of the situation's opinions based on not looking at any fucking evidence. There's a lady who was going to help me a couple of weeks ago, and she wasn't able to due to illness. Not my fault, not her fault. A few days later, she was going to try again. She couldn't due to illness. Not my fault, not her fault. During that time, I got assaulted on multiple occasions, threatened and harassed on multiple occasions. I followed the instructions, but the thing is, none of this gets the abuse fucking turned in, and nobody cares if I'm being abused. When you set up appointments for the victim, why don't you find out if that's what needs to be done? Why don't you find out from the victim what's going on and what they've already done and allow them time to fucking answer, please? But none of you are going to do that. But you don't show up. It destroys my trust, and it helps the predators to get away. And I know that the longer you do that, the more you pretend to care but don't follow through, the more bad decisions you're going to make, and the more likely it is that you're going to play victim when I have to call you out. And nobody wants to do that. So then, of course, after already setting up an appointment, I was willing to go. And she was willing to listen before we went. We didn't get to have that happen. So then there was a fourth time she was going to. An hour before she had to go, or before we had to go to the meeting. But that didn't end up happening because she had to work. Now this is 4 separate occasions where I didn't choose for the situation to not happen, and she didn't choose for the situation to not happen. But you can't just go in on good fucking intentions. You can't just make decisions based on good intentions. Kind of like when somebody needs help, they need gas, saying, oh, well, I won't get you gas, or I won't give you money because you might spend it on crack, but I'll get you something to eat. Like, fuck. When you can see somebody's got food right next to them, no, I don't need more fucking food. When you can see that I got a completely munched chunk of chicken and only half a container of macaroni and cheese left, there's a pretty good fucking indication that I'm eating. I don't need more food. People show how much they care by how much they're willing to listen. Once they start talking about themselves, they're not listening. Once they start making decisions for you, they're showing that they can't be trusted. You can't make decisions for somebody based on not knowing the situation. That's why I ask people, hey, instead of arguing with me for 4 hours, how about you spend 1 hour listening? Instead of saying, oh, it won't work, why don't you fucking try? Instead of being a negative asshole. We get to see how many people are negative assholes. Or they want to go, have you been here? Yeah, how about you stop? How about we go through what I've actually been through already so that we don't end up doing the same things over and over and over again for no reason? Meanwhile, none of these people are going to listen or look at evidence. You need a friend or family member who gives a shit. And then they have to actually speak up. And that's easier to do if you know what to speak up about. If you know what you're walking into. There's a way to do this safely. Forcing me to do it on the internet, ain't it? You know, I would really like it if people would actually listen to me instead of trying to shove me and push me to do things that are against my interest. It doesn't help me to spend all of my money moving from one place to another to get taken advantage of by drug addicts and police everywhere I go. Making me jump through 4,000 fucking hoops to try to turn in predators who actually harm me is bullshit. Ignoring me until literally every part of my life has been destroyed, and then you want to fucking pretend like you're gonna help. No, you won't. No, you won't. You don't give a shit. All anybody wants to do is talk about them. Nobody out here on the streets helps anybody unless they want fucking drugs. It's insanity for people to think that sending me to a bunch of drug addicts is going to help. There are lots of services here that are supposed to help these drug addicts, and these services aren't helping them. They're profiting from them. There's a difference. And then all of their victims, what are they supposed to do? Huh? It's disgusting. It doesn't take that long if you fucking listen. But when all you're doing is interrupting to talk about yourself, you're not hearing anything. When it becomes 2 or 3 people talking at once, I'm overwhelmed immediately. The fact that so many people are afraid of getting in trouble for telling the truth. Well, that shows what woke society is. If the truth doesn't fit your truth, then everybody's conspiring against you. Right? No, there ain't no group that every white man is associated with that somehow magically hates and oppresses all other people. And this idea that, well, that white oppressors did this to you, so take it out on every white person. Motherfucker, do I blame you for my ancestors being owned by Egyptians? Huh? Do I get to beat on you after a White Lives Matter rally? Do I? It's fucking stupid. People are dumb, planning accordingly.